Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, and this one's located on the south spawn of Glacier under the command of szonikk. I think it's szonikk or szonikk is his name. Well, he's got the famous leFH, otherwise known as the PPW. It's a 105mm light field howitzer built on top of a Char B1 chassis, and he's moving it behind the hill here. There's a rise here. There's also some trees over there which are good to hide in, but this rise is rather a predictable place to go, so it's not always a good place to go up here because you might get spotted, you might get easily counter-batteried. Anyway, he's gone on top of the hill. That rock's a good place to hide behind, and he's now looking for targets in the centre, and he's found one, a DW2. It's a tier 5 game. That's a tier 4 German heavy. Fires a round out, and no, doesn't get a hit there. Just makes a hole in the ice, and there's a Marder 38T. Now you need to dial in the aim on the Fifi because it's the easiest way to get hits. Otherwise the shell will go anywhere within the rescue and you could easily miss. Okay, he's dialing in the aim carefully. Should be able to get a direct hit. Yep, that should work. It does! 143 hit points. You see, dialing in does work. It's the best way to get hits. Round out. And that's a splash hit, that one, but the DW2 goes down immediately afterwards. Now, there was an enemy, a Churchill 3, up behind that tree, I believe. But he's moved, and there's a couple of enemies made it up onto the aircraft carrier, a 14 TP and a 25 TP. He's trying to get a shot on the 25 TP. He's on fire, that's 25. Round out. Direct hit, wipes him out. 99 hit points. That's his first kill. Okay, we've got a 14 TP up on the aircraft carrier. We fire a round in. Lands just behind him. He's going to go for another shot. He's got a reload time of 7.8 seconds. He's not using coffee or croissant. He's not using, as far as we can tell, well, he's probably using a gun lane drive and Brothers in Arms, a rammer, but he might have Brothers in Arms on the crew. Rounds out on the 14 TP. It's going to miss. Yes, it did. You can tell things are going to miss because if you fire too late and the vehicle moves past the aim point, it's definitely going to miss it. Well, that was a splash hit for 40 hit points. And that 14 TP is rather stuck there now. And now he's dead. Now he's a wreck. 115 hit points from that one. Okay. Oh, we got a tank on his side, a Marder. But we don't get the kill. That goes to the Churchill 1 on our team, who spotted the wreck, spotted rather the Marder in trouble. Okay, it's a 14 TP and it's a Unicum player over on this side. And I can tell it's a Unicum because it's got a little purple star next to his name at the bottom and next to his hit points at the bottom. He's got very low health left. And fire around it at 25 TP and he gets his third kill. So szonikk is doing rather well at the moment. He's firing at the back of that 14 TP and it hits the rocks just above him. Now he's looking around for another target. There's that Churchill, the one that knocked the trees down. And he's being a bit casual and careless there. Round out, and no, it hits the rocks. He wasn't fully dialed in when he fired. A Death Toaster. The Panzer Sebsvar Lafetta. Fires around, and could be. Yes, it is! 235 hit points. It was a long range shot, but it worked. And I thought it stood a very good chance of getting a kill. Okay, he's got the rear of that Churchill 3 exposed. Round out, and it lands just behind the Churchill. Did it track him? It might have. Okay, he's loaded again. Round out. Yes, but it's going to fall behind him. Yep, he moved away. The trouble with firing at such long range, and it is long range, it's 3 seconds before the shell will arrive, so the tank does have a lot of time to move about in between, but this tank is a lot closer. 1 second to hit that 25 TP, and he killed it with one shot. Beautifully aimed, dialed it in, and it killed it. But there's only 3 tanks left on his team. There's 6 tanks on the enemy team, most of his teammates have been a bit careless and they've been wiped out. He's going for that 14 TP, he's dialing in the aim, he's almost reloaded. Okay, now round out, and yes, a good hit. And he might have the high caliber now. Looks like he's done enough damage to earn the high caliber. Fires another round at the 14 TP, and this time he gets it, and that's the Top Gun. Now, where's that? Oh, it's a Marder 38T, not the same one that was on its side, but oh, that's going to go over the back of him. Yep. There he is. He's up on the rise again. He has to stay still in order to shoot. Round out. This should work. Oh, well, we didn't get him. The Valentine did, but szonikk almost would have wiped him out for sure. He's got 6 kills already. One more would, well, 7. He'd be well on the way to getting a Radley Walters if he did. There's 4 tanks remaining. He could get a Pulse Medal if he continues at this rate. There's that 14 TP that was owned by the Unicum. He fires around in, it misses. Oh, and the 14 TP is taken up by our AT2. So, no chance of getting a Pulse Medal now, but still possibility of getting a Radley Walters. So he needs another 2 kills to get the Radley Walters. There are 2 tanks left on the enemy team and 1 Arty. And the Arty's a Sturmpanzer 2. There's the A20. Unfortunately, we've got a red line. That means he can't shoot because he'd hit an obstruction. I think it's the rock that's directly in front of us. He's just too close. So we need to go around the corner. And that goes to being seen by the enemy. Okay, the A20. Oh, the A20's killed. That means there's no chance of getting 9 kills. But what? He's still Radleys if he can get more kills. Now, the trouble is that he doesn't know where one of those enemies are. One of them, the light tank, is a 14 TP. He has got the company of a Valentine tank and an AT2. The Valentine has got 3 kills, but he can't platoon with him because he was already in a platoon with 2 other players and they failed to get 3 kills each. The AT2's only got 1 kill. In order to get a Brothers in Arms, he would need to get the 2 remaining kills, both of them. But this is a fairly good position. It's got cover. He can see a long range, and of course the PP has got 390 meters view range. It's one of the few Artys that's got a very long view range, and he can normally see other Arty before they see him. But at the moment he's doing counter battery. He's looking where he thinks the enemy Arty might be. He's got 7 rounds of HE, 7 rounds of heat ammunition, and 5 rounds of AP. But the problem with the heat and the AP is that you have to get a direct hit on the enemy, otherwise they will not kill the enemy tank. They are very effective at close range if you can get a direct hit on the target. But you have to get a direct hit. You can't just get a near miss and get some splash. So only 7 rounds of HE left. Now it should be said as well, the heat rounds are very expensive. It's one of the few premium Artys in the game, and Wargaming left this Arty with the premium rounds, even though it's at lower tiers, because there are premium rounds for higher tier Artys, but they left the premium rounds because obviously it was a premium vehicle and people have paid to buy a premium vehicle and for it to have the capabilities that it did have. So they're directing the AT2 to head north to look for the light tank. And of course the Sturmpanzer 2 is probably staying near the cap because he's only got a short range Arty. It's a 15cm howitzer, but it's very short range. So he needs to stay near the cap to fire on the cap just in case szonikk's team decide to cap. The AT2 appears to be headed for the cap, while szonikk appears to be driving around the perimeter road towards the enemy cap. And of course the Char B1 on which the BP is built is quite a slow tank. Now I had the pleasure of seeing a Char B1 at Tankfest, and I can tell you they are quite fast actually, if you think about it, compared to some tanks, but in the game they are quite slow. It is a heavy tank, so you would expect it to go slow, and it's got a 16-litre petrol engine. It makes a lovely roar when it's driving along the Char B1. Beautiful roar. Solid French engineering. Of course, you have to remember the other tanks that the French were building, which are incredibly robust, and of course were all utilised by the Germans if they were available. And they turned them into other vehicles that they could use. So the Germans liked them as well. And you know what the Germans are like with engineering. Now on the Fifi, they actually removed the front-mounted gun. Normally the Char B1 would have a 76mm main armament, which was fixed in the hull, and that was used for knocking down fortifications. That was the original purpose of the gun. And then on top of it, it had a turret which would have a much smaller gun, which was supposed to be used for taking out the enemy tanks. And oh, he's found the 14TP! And the 14TP doesn't appear to be awake! And he's taking on the Sturmpanzer first, and he knocks him out! That's 7 kills! And of course the 14TP can't penetrate him, he hasn't got a gun powerful enough, and he's gone! And there is a Radley Walters! Now that was good! That was funny! Came across both tanks, so it paid to do the circuit of the perimeter. And here's the end of battle results. szonikk managed to get an ace tanker in the 105 leFH18B2. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 12 in that battle. And he got a Radley Walters for getting at least 8 kills. He got 8 exactly. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle. A Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. And get this, he got a Stark's medal as well. Even though he took enemy hits, he wasn't badly damaged by those hits, but surviving 2 hits, getting at least 2 kills, and having the potential of blocking or losing 2/3 of your hit points in the process would entitle you to a Stark's medal, and he did manage to get a Stark's medal. So amazingly, he's ended up with that medal as well, on top of all the other ones he got. So let's have a look at team scores. Well, highest damage, if I get it right, 2,072 hit points of damage there. And the next highest scorer was the 25 TP on the enemy team. He got 1,285. When it came to kills, of course, it was szonikk who managed to get the highest amount. He got 8. Next highest scorer was the 25 TP on the enemy team. He managed 3, and so did the Valentine on his own team. And then came Churchill, the A20, and the Churchill 3 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, again, szonikk managed to score very nicely with 1,004. That was enough for the ace tanker. The next highest scorer was the Valentine with 834, and then came the Churchill one with 594. Let's have a look at detail report. Well, he fired 25 shots during that battle. He got 10 direct hits, 6 penetrations, and 4 splash. Damage of 2,072 hit points, of which 1,522 were at more than 300 meters. He actually did receive 3 hits during the battle. 2 of them were penetrations. 1 was a non-penetration. He also blocked damage of 75 hit points. Remember, he only has 260 hit points in total during the battle. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 8 of them. And on a premium account, he earned 48,017 credits. And after repair and ammunition resupply, he actually had a total of 44,160 credits left over. He received 1,506 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, so he took away 600, and he got a bonus of 602 XP because this is a premium vehicle, so he took away 3,614 experience points altogether. So, brilliant battle there from szonikk. Not sure which nationality you are, but it was a really good round, and I'm pleased you actually managed to end up with an ace tanker and a Radley Walters. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give me a like and give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.